Hello, friends. Today, I would like to come with something very important and something which really hurts the sentiments of the people, where one member of parliament from the Rajya Sabha, Mr. John Brittas, has spoken. And it has become viral, and people are feeling very offended by the statement of Mr. John Brittas, a Rajya Sabha member from Kerala. Dear friends, before I would like to start, I would like you to like, share and subscribe to my channel, A Voice to the Voiceless. Dear friends, as I would like to speak to you about Mr. John Brittas or Dr. John Brittas, I used to really admire this person when he used to speak in the parliament, very articulate, and he used to speak on different issues. And he's not only a member of the parliament, but he is the managing director of Kerala News. And many years back, if not mistaken, Kerala News had interviewed me, and I was so happy that they were covering me because of my work on human trafficking. But then today, I have to speak to you about the same person who's the managing director and also a Rajya Sabha member, Mr. John Brittas, because he has spoken something in an interview with Samdish Bhatia, a YouTuber, a channel of his, Unfiltered. Yes, you can speak, you have got the freedom, but then you have to understand that you too, a member of parliament, a Rajya Sabha member, you are a public servant. And when you speak, you have to be careful of what you're speaking. And you cannot hurt the sentiments of the people. And in this interview, different topics were discussed. And he, in one of his statement, he talks about the Pentecostal church. And he says in such a way that they are too much, they go on the street and the way of functioning is very bad. And he really mocks, and the person who interviews, he talks about one preacher from Punjab. I would not like to mention his name. And this person talks about Eshu in a mocking way, and they make fun. If this was of any other religion, it would have flared up. And this person, Mr. John Brittas, has just gone out and come back as a delegate from the Indian Parliament, representing India regarding terrorism and all these type of things. And he should be very careful on what he is speaking. And he is very particular about his family, about his children. That should not be made public. Then why are you making things about the Pentecostal church public and mocking them? If there is any corruption, you point out and speak about that. But on a whole, you're talking about the Pentecostal church. It's not just the Pentecostal church, about the church. Because you say you don't go to church. You don't belong to a church, and the interviewer, the person who interviews you, is saying, okay, you don't go, but then you cannot, hurt the sentiments of the people. What will they say? Say, I swear my oath on the Constitution. Okay, so what? You don't swear on the Bible, on the Constitution. Rahul Gandhi, he too swore on the Constitution, but he did not mock the Christians or Hindus or the Muslims. So who has given you the right to mock? When you want your family and everyone to be protected, but at the same time you are mocking. My dear friend, Have you spoken about the corruption in your party? What's happening in Kerala? That you are making fun of the others. Yes, you should speak about it. You're very diluting things and in a very way, you were not very open when very straightforward questions were asked to you. You were trying to safeguard yourself because you knew that things would come to public and then people would question you. But why did you get religion into it? You could have avoided it. And people are really hurt. Forget about the prophet from Punjab. He is not the only one. There are so many religious people who have committed so many sinful acts, frauds. But that does not mean that everyone is wrong and bad and criminals that you are mocking. My dear friend, your name itself is John. And you don't want to be called as John. I think in the interview you shared about your childhood experience when you were a child, I feel bad that you lost your father when you were 6 or 7 years old. And about the ambulance, you saw only the ambulance, about the color of the ambulance and all you mentioned in the interview. But you didn't get the time to mourn for your father. That's what I understand, my understanding through the interview. And in that you said, your father had some bad experience about the church. And that is transferred to you. And that's there in your mind, in your subconscious. And that is where you are trying to transfer it. And you feel the whole church is bad. My dear friend, Mr. John Brittas, I call you Mr. John Brittas. Do you know why? I always respected you and I wanted to call you Sir. But then I don't want to use any abuse. But then I would like to call you Mr. instead of Sir. I know that it's not an abuse to call Mr. But then even in that, I would like you to open your eyes, Mr. John Brittas, that you are labeling the whole Christian community as bad in your interview. I would like you to introspect, go back to your childhood where you lost your father. Yes, and he had some bad experience. Yes, people are bad, but God is not bad. Jesus was a holy God. He came from heaven to earth. And despite he being holy, he was crucified. And he showed his love to people. He was holy, but yet he was crucified. For whom? For Mr. John Brittas and for me and for the whole world. You did not understand it. And you're saying, my children, once in a way, they go to church and all these type of things. You're the father. You're concerned about your family. I would not like to go into that because you mentioned. But then you are mocking the whole church. I would like you, Mr. John Brittas, to introspect. I respect you because, yes, you're a member of the parliament and from the Rajya Sabha. You're doing a great work. But then, even in your party in Kerala, there is so much of corruption. What have you done about it? Have you spoken? You're trying to cover it. But when it came to about the Christian community and especially about the Pentecostal church, you have mocked. Instead of the Pentecostal church asking you to ask for forgiveness and to repent, I would like you to go and tell them, dear friends, I'm sorry for what I said. And then there will be respect for you. So dear friends, here is Anson Thomas again, voice for the voiceless. And God bless our members of the Indian Parliament, and especially my prayers for Mr. John Brittas so that he repents and he begins a new life. Becoming a member of Parliament and all will not take you eternity to heaven, because even you will go away from here. All will die, I will die, you will die. But then where your soul will go, that's more important. I would like you, Mr. John Brittas, to introspect and see where you are in the presence of God. Yes, people, all type of people are there. But then you should look up and not to men. May God bless you and shalom. Thank you very much.